And we are live. Can you believe it, Roker? We made it to episode 100 of the Slob Show. They said it would never happen.
They said it would, and it only took 5 years.
Is it? How long have we been doing the Slob Show? When was episode 1? I could check really quick. I mean,
it's been a minute. Let's see. We did it. From your house. We did it during the pandemic. We didn't do it. We did do it.
I mean, we didn't do it for almost at one point. I think
I'm saying 2019 at least.
Let me take a look here. I'm scrolling back. I'm at 50. Let's see. 2020. The Slob Show episode 14 was on August 9th, 2020. So it's before that. Let's see. The Slob Show episode 4, episode 3, episode 1, February 18th, 2019. So it's been almost 6 years.
That's February, called show prep, ladies and gentlemen. Show prep is when you do research before the show begins.
Exactly.
And not while you're on the air. But yeah, so February 2019, huh? Seems like yesterday.
Chad Taylor checking in. He said, "Hey guys, 100 shows." Dave Koning is saying yes, it was 2019.
Happy
Chad
belated, Chad.
Yes. Does it say his birthday?
It was a couple of days ago.
Yeah, happy birthday, Chad. Carita is checking in. Hello, Carita. I'm checking her out on the Slob Show. I actually have the Slob Show Facebook group comments and the Instagram comments open now. So let's see. Sippin' Suds is here. What's up, Sippin' Suds? He said it's my first show. Thank you, Sippin' Suds.
Nice.
Kevin O'Neill checking in. A bunch of people checking in. All right.
You can also go to my Facebook and put comments down in there.
Yeah, Broker. Well, it's isn't it Kenneth Smith or no?
I've got Kenneth Smith, and I've got those are from my real friends. And then there's Al Roker Jr. page. And then there's the Roker Radio YouTube page. So it's on all three of those.
Kevin O'Neill on Instagram said, "I'm at a rehearsal and can't stick around, but I just wanted to say congratulations. Huge fan. Thanks for the laughs." Thank you, Kevin.
Nice. What a band rehearsal or wedding rehearsal? He's in a party. He's got to be at a wedding on Friday. What do you think it is?
It sounds to me like it's a wedding rehearsal.
Yeah, probably.
But yeah, I don't see her. But anyway, it is episode 100. Apparently, since 2019, we've been doing this.
Established 2019.
Yeah. We've only done a little over 16 episodes a year. That's what that comes down. That's pathetic.
That's it's pretty good for me, I guess.
This is actually worth looking into. Okay, so in 2019, we started in February. Okay, and now I'm going through the episodes, and we got to episode 10 a year later. So that first
there you
year,
go. There you go.
First year we got 10 episodes.
We're consistent there.
We've had a pretty good streak going. I mean, we've been on almost every week. I mean, what do you want from us?
Roker Radio's got, I don't know, 170 episodes, but I've been doing it for like 14 years. So it's about the same average.
Chad is saying on the Slob Show Facebook group that he cashed in his free Starbucks and free McDonald's yesterday. Chad is an all-time slob, Chad Taylor. Even though he got really, I met Chad and he got really skinny. But I don't know if he's blown up again or what. Like, I don't know
slobs can be skinny. You don't have to be fat to be a slob. You can be a fat slob, a skinny slob, a neat slob, a slob slob.
In fact, it would be great if we were all skinny slobs. That's the way to do it.
It would be nice.
That's the way. I mean, Roker, when you weigh yourself, do you weigh yourself every day or no?
I don't weigh myself. No, that's the worst thing you can do.
I weigh myself every day. Because,
dude, it must drive you crazy.
Well, but it helps me because if I don't weigh myself every day, then I just if I go a week and don't weigh myself, I'm like 7 pounds heavier sometimes.
But but you don't go to the doctor either, though, do you?
Not too often, no.
Yeah,
in fact,
exactly.
I set up a doctor's appointment in January, so that's the next time I'll be going.
Yeah, so I just get weighed at the doctor because weighing
but aren't you
all the time just drives you nuts.
Like, when you see
What?
the weight, you're like, "Good God."
And it's worse now because like now my doctor's weight is in like kilos. So
What?
now, yes, it's metric. So
Why?
after I get off, I have no idea.
Don't you say
After
I
I
want
get
weight in pounds.
after I get off the scale, there's this tension because now I have to wait another 30 seconds before they tell me how much I actually weigh.
Kilos. God. I would have a kilo calculator on my phone, and I would look it up immediately. Let's see, kilo to pound calculator. So how many kilos are you, Roker? Do you know?
I have no freaking idea.
Oh, so 1 kilo is 2.20462 pounds.
Okay.
So if you're like 200 kilos, that means you're a real slob.
Means you're
That would mean you're
425 pounds, something like
440
that.
pounds. So you don't want to see that. Can you
Yeah, no,
imagine,
you
Roker,
don't.
if you how depressed would you be if you weighed in and said 200? You're like, oh my God. You'd be so happy. And they're like, no, that's
No, no,
kilo.
that's kilos.
You
That's
fuck.
kilos. Yeah.
You slob. Yeah. I never want to get to 200 kilos.
No, that's a milestone you never wanna hit.
In fact,
200 episodes, yes. Kilos, no.
exactly. Uh, I exclusively weigh myself in stone because stone, I think, is 13 pounds per stone, something like that.
Ah, so you're like, "Oh, I weigh 50 stone," or something like that.
Exactly. One
Yeah.
stone, let's see, equals one stone is 14 pounds. So it's
Oh,
perfect.
14
I'm
pounds. So
20
it's almost
stone.
oh,
Great.
okay. There you go.
Well, I'm not. I'm not.
Right, no, yeah, it's, whatever floats your boat, man. Just
I wish I was
anything to avoid the actual pounds, apparently.
exactly. If I could
Any
only be
form of measurement that you can use that doesn't actually tell you how much you weigh, works for you, where it seems like you weigh less.
Kazoo Ozzy said, May and Abe and Roker, congratulations on 100 episodes. This is probably my third show. See, we have new listeners every week. It's great. It's always
Nice.
great. Fun.
Tell a friend.
Yeah. Tell three. I always say tell three, the tell three friends rule, but one's good. You know, we don't want to be too greedy. I mean, geez, what are
We
we?
wanna be influencers. We wanna come in here, we wanna have Elton John sunglasses on and, like, be all bedazzled in fur coats one night, you know, because we're rolling in that, YouTube dough or whatever.
Exactly. Meanwhile, Roker has all his Pete Rose baseball set up behind his head
I
right now.
I
I know
don't
the
have I don't have a Pete Rose baseball, but I do have the Pete Rose, um, autograph,
yeah, because
Sports
you posted it.
Illustrated. Yeah,
You
yeah.
posted it, and isn't it? Was it Carl Yastrzemski or Ted Williams also that
Yeah,
signed it?
It was Carl Yastrzemski.
Yeah,
It said the old masters, and they were at the autograph signing together, and I had them both sign it at the same time. And then you got to a point where every time I was in Las Vegas, Pete
oh yeah,
Rose was signing there in the Caesars Forum shops at that autograph, like every time.
yeah, oh yeah. That was his job.
And it's like, and there was a time where I was going to Vegas like 6 times. I was going like every other month for like a UFC
You and
fight.
I went
And it was
one
like
year. You and I went it
every
like 4
time
times.
Pete Rose is in there signing.
Yeah, no, it was. My friend Mike. He has the greatest story ever. Oh geez, I started playing it on my phone. He went there to that where Pete Rose was signing, and it was like $130 or whatever for his autograph on a baseball. So he said, you know what, Pete, I don't have $130 on me, but I have $70 on me. So he said, I'm going to take the $70 and play the $70 on roulette. So he's like, should I take red for the Reds? And Pete said, no, take black for the Black Sox. So my friend Mike
Wow.
took the $70. He put $70 on black. He won. Then he went back
And got
and
a Pete Rose autograph.
he got a Pete Rose autograph. And then he has the greatest picture ever, holding the chips when he cashed it in. Hang on, let me show you. It's
Did
hilarious.
he get because for a while, because he was selling I'm sorry I bet on baseball.
Oh
That's how
yeah,
he was autographing his balls for a while, like really
yeah.
pathetic.
I think this one he just signed it, but look, that's him holding the chips. Well, that's
There you
hilarious,
go.
isn't it? That's like one of the greatest stories
That's a
ever.
good story. That's a good story. Any gambling story that you have that involves Pete Rose is a good story.
And you would think, yeah, red, but then Pete was smart enough to say, no, 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 no.
No,
Put the money
black
on
tie.
black.
Yep.
Any favorite memories of the 100 episodes of the Slob Show?
Oh boy. Well, there was the time that you had me try Rickle Benny's for the first time live on air.
And was that? Oh, that's right. And what did
Remember
you think?
that? It was good. It was really good. It was messy.
And then there was the time when I had to end the show abruptly to use the bathroom.
Yeah. Well, shocker on
A
that
few
one.
a few times that happened.
And it's the 100th show. And the thing is, have we mentioned like the Bally's like brunch 100 times on a
Oh,
hundred
yes.
shows?
Well, of
Probably
course.
yes. Have we mentioned Fogo de Sean? Have we mentioned pretending to talk on your phone? Have we
Yeah.
mentioned Panda Express? All these things you could just check. You could make drinking games out of these while you
Oh,
while
yeah,
you
of
watch and
course.
listen to the
Well,
Slob
those are
Show.
the classics.
They've all been mentioned 100 times on 100 shows.
Kevin Gliwa checking in on the Slob Show Facebook group. He said, "What up, gents? Kevin from Little Joe's Bar here, checking the podcast out as I'm eating a birria beef sandwich. Delicious.
Have you had birria yet?
I have. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
pretty good.
yeah. It depends on how good the juice is.
Yeah,
Sometimes it's
exactly.
too salty. Yeah, right. Other places, some are better than others, but it's tasty.
How about, do you eat a lot of al pastor tacos? That's my favorite now. When they have the spit and they cut it.
Not a lot. I usually just go with steak. I usually
Yeah,
just get steak, but El Pastor would be my second choice. Yeah, it got a lot of flavor.
because
Or
that's one thing
are
about.
you talking about Chipotle?
No. I'm
Uh,
talking about like in California
Another
here.
one of the Abe Cannon greatest hits.
I do love Chipotle, but they have the dudes out on the street here, all in California, set up, and they have the big spit, and then they have buckets. You would love this. They have buckets of all the toppings, so they give you your tacos, and then you sit there, and you could put on 5,000 radishes. You could put a gallon of. It's great. You could take bags of onions. But I mean, Roker, I'm telling you, come out here for aftershock. You and I will get some tacos. You could sleep over. I have an extra bedroom. It's all set up. Everything's
Well,
perfect.
that's exactly what I want to do. We're going to sleep over at Abe's crib after eating street tacos all day.
And I have one bathroom. Yeah, but you know what, Roker? I live in an apartment building that has like a pool and a clubhouse. So you could just exclusively use the clubhouse bathroom. And I'll
That's
exclusively.
that's true because I usually don't have to like run like you do. Like it's a epic emergency usually sometimes with you.
Yeah, which I find shocking because you did have the gastric bypass. So I figured that would mess you up, but it doesn't. I've never had that done or anything. And my stomach is the worst stomach on earth.
But it doesn't stop you, see? So that's good.
Oh, you would think it would.
Yes, at no point at these times where you guys when you run to the bathroom, by the way, that's
Yeah.
another thing that gets been mentioned 100 times on 100
Yeah.
shows. Do you think maybe my eating habits have something to do with this?
Well, of course. Obviously. Thank you, Rocco from Mundaline, checking in on the 100th episode of the Slob Show. Do you think we'll make it to 200 episodes?
I hope so.
I
I
mean,
hope
unless
it's
we
just the
die,
beginning.
which I hope. I mean,
No, well,
everyone's dying. Like
I don't hope
everyone's.
that, but hopefully
Yeah.
we make it. Hopefully, we do 1,000 episodes.
I mean, as long as you and I are alive, I hope we would continue doing the Slob Show. Death is the only thing that would take us away. So,
Well, I'll just knock on Formica, whatever the hell this is.
you know, let's get
That
to
doesn't happen.
a couple things. Oh yeah, Chad just said I think you guys call the bunny ranch. That's another thing we do all the time.
Phone calls. That's another. Abe makes a phone call, take a drink.
You know what's hilarious? All the bunny ranch shit we do here, and one day I just realized that I only live like 2 hours from the bunny ranch now, which is so funny.
Are you gonna just hop in the car and go one day?
No.
You could just go. You don't have to go and like partake. You could just go and sit at the bar and have a drink.
Eh. Yeah, I mean, if you went or something, it would be fun to go with you or something. But I don't want to just walk in by myself.
If I'm ever going back to the Bunny Ranch, I'll let you know.
Well, look at that, Roker. Now you could come here, go to Aftershock, eat street tacos, use my car, and drive to the Bunny Ranch. You could go take care of business and then come back.
I was doing a press junket once in Tahoe for Hot Tub Time Machine.
Oh yeah.
And so we got there on like a Friday afternoon. So I'm there with all these other radio people from across the country. And I'm like, hey, you want to go to the Bunny Ranch? We're only 45 minutes away. So I called Dennis. He had a limo come pick us up. And I took like 20 people to the Bunny Ranch.
And did any of them partake? Or was it just a lot of drinking?
I'm sure some of them had to. I wasn't really paying attention to what they did, but I'm sure somebody had to.
Now that Dennis is dead, you don't have any hookups there now, right? For yourself?
I mean, I still talk to Suzette, Madame Suzette, and
what do you mean you talk to her?
Well, you know,
what do you call her?
Facebook and stuff like that. No, she's always every time she posts on Facebook, it's from Hawaii. So, yeah.
You think she cashed out her?
She's living her best life.
She cashed out her Dennis off money.
No, she's still cashing checks. She's just not dealing with any of the BS. She just doesn't have to, you know, imagine like, you know, we have friends who have been like managers at like gentlemen's clubs.
Oh yeah.
And they just talk about how much of a nightmare it is to have to just wrangle all of them in. Imagine it's the Bunny Ranch.
Oh my God. It must be crazy.
Times 1,000. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, why would you even continue the business? Like, why not just sell the business?
Well, probably.
Well, I guess when you're in that business, what else are you going to do?
Or sentimental. Right. Exactly.
What's your experience? What's her position there? The madam or something? What do they call her?
She was Madame Suzette. So she was the madam. She basically, I mean, she was basically in charge of all of the girls.
She like wrangled them and made sure they were all at the whatever.
Correct.
Like ready to roll.
I found a couple of old, and it sucks because HBO took all of that stuff like a couple of years ago.
Why would they take that down? You would think people would watch that.
All that stuff off of like their web. So not just you know, Cat House, but like Taxi Cab Confessions and Hookers at the Point and all those type shows. They took them all. Real Sex. They took them all off.
Oh, I forgot about Real Sex.
I'm on an episode of Real. I've been on Real Sex. I've been on
your balls, right? Don't you see your balls behind you swimming? Isn't that the one?
I don't know if my balls were swimming like a lily pad.
Wait, you were on Hookers at the Point or on?
No, I was not on Hookers at the Point. I was on Real Sex. Just coincidentally.
Yeah.
Because I was at Hedonism and they were filming at Hedonism when I was there.
Coincidentally.
It was the Miss Nude Black America pageant. And I happened to be there during that time. And then I've been on like several episodes of like Cat House because Dennis would just go, yeah, they're going to be filming Cat House here in like 2 weeks. Just come on down.
And then you'd be at the bar drinking.
He said, Diane Sawyer's here, going to be doing a piece. Come on down and put on a Man Cow t-shirt and sit at the bar. I'm like, okay. Sure. See ya, honey. Going to the Bunny Ranch. I know, ridiculous.
See ya, honey.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. And now he's gone. Ron Jeremy has dementia.
He's also in prison.
No, I think he's out because
I
know he's not. Well, he may be in, but I know he's not. His trial, he's not going to trial because he was deemed like not fit for trial.
Just like Harvey Weinstein with the walker, Bill Cosby.
Like, dude, they all look like it's funny. They all look like, dude, they all took one right out of the Fred Sanford book. And the Fred Sanford / Vince McMahon book. They show up.
It's like the Godfather.
Crutches with a neck brace on and handlers helping him up and keeping him steady. That's exactly how I'd roll in the court.
Of course. What, you wanna go to prison for life? You can either pretend like you're in a wheelchair or go to prison for life, of course. It's like, you ever take a Southwest flight and every single person has a wheelchair on the way in, and on the way out, they run off the plane? Have you seen that?
Oh, it's ridiculous.
You know,
Like
I wanna bring
I've
some
always said, I can go an entire year without seeing somebody on oxygen,
let
but
me
go to a casino
oh,
once.
while smoking.
And you will see people on oxygen. You'll see 80-year-olds with like super duper diamond cards and stuff like that, just gambling their heart out on oxygen.
And the oxygen tank says right on there, "No, like, keep flames away," or something. Let me
Yeah,
real quick, let me
exactly.
tell you the let me I didn't wanna tell this story because I didn't wanna ruin this hookup I had, but it's over now. So I wanna tell you maybe it's my greatest slob technique move ever that has now ended for me, okay?
So
So
you were keeping it to yourself because you didn't want it to stop because you put it out in the world
exactly.
and
Well,
wouldn't
yeah,
be able to do it again. But it has since ended. So
it has ended. Hang on, I have to
got
send,
it.
hang on, I have to send, Base the link here, hang on. Alright, so meanwhile, let me shit, hang on. Damn it.
Yeah,
Hang on.
it takes me 5 minutes to find. I got to go through my emails and find the link every week too. You'd think we'd be more organized after 100 shows, after 6 years.
Alright, hang on. Shit. God damn it. Alright, so hang on.
That was the Obama administration. We started doing the show.
Exactly.
It
It's
was going to be
ridiculous.
3 presidents ago.
That's crazy. Is that true? I guess it is true, right?
He would have been no.
Oh, no, no, no.
Oh, you know, he would have been 16, right? So
Yeah.
his last term would have been 16. So yeah,
Alright, so when one time I was on a Southwest flight, and the lady who worked there told me, "Just so you know, you qualify to get an extra seat on Southwest." So I said,
why do
"What?"
you qualify to get an extra seat?
Because 'Cause I'm big. She said mainly because of my height, but whatever. I mean, I'm not that
Your height? What are you? You're like 6'1"?
6'2" almost,
Okay.
but I'm also big. I'm not like, like, let's get a full look here.
Okay. Well, there you go. Oh, see, he must have dropped some lbs or he's holding it in. One
No,
of the
no, that's how I
two.
look.
Oh, very good.
But hang on,
All
I'm just that wasn't good at all. I'm just
right.
anyway, and I've never told anyone this. For the last year, this lady told me that you could get an extra seat on Southwest, okay? So every time I go to Southwest, because I fly back and forth to Chicago all the time.
Right.
Every time I go now, I say, "Can I get the extra seat?" And they've been giving me a second seat for free on Southwest flights for a year.
Wow. And then
Okay.
they stopped doing it.
Well, so what happens is they give you a sheet of paper, you put it on the seat next to you, and it's a ticket. And then if someone tries to say, you say, "Oh, I have two seats." It's kind of embarrassing. Whatever. I don't care.
Interesting.
I get an extra seat, and you get pre-board.
See,
Roker up.
okay, so here's the thing, right? Okay, so you're the one I'm pissed off at. So it's like I'll like pay for like I'm like A3 or something like that. So I'm like, okay, good, I get to be on the plane early. Like I'm A3,
There's
and then
base.
70 people pre-board before I get on
Oh
the
yeah,
plane,
exactly.
and then I get on the plane and like half the seats are gone already. You're
Base.
that guy.
Now that base is here, let me start this over because base for can you hear me, base?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, cool. So for the 100th episode of the Slob Show, I'm breaking a piece of news that I've never told anyone about my biggest slob move. And I'm only telling it now because it's ended. So one time base, I was about to, I fly back and forth to Chicago all the time. So
Right.
on Southwest, when I was I was boarding and I was trying to buy, like I had a really bad position. So I was going to end up with a middle seat. And I said, "Oh man," I'm like, "How much is it for me to upgrade to like an A boarding pass?" And the lady's like, "Oh, they're sold out." And she's like, "Well, are you uncomfortable on the seat?" I said, "Yeah." She goes, "You can't close the seatbelt," which is a lie. I could close the seatbelt. I said, "No, I can't close the seatbelt." And she's like, "Oh, you could get you qualify for an extra seat on the plane."
No way.
So for and base, I've never even told you this. For the last year, I've been getting an extra seat on Southwest flights.
Just for saying I'm uncomfortable?
You walk up to the desk, and I hate sharing this now because but whatever, it doesn't matter because I'll tell you why it's ended. So I so I walk up to the desk and I say, "Can I have the extra seat?" And they take a look and they say, "Yep." And they give it to you. You get a sheet of paper, you put it on the seat next to you, and you get 2 seats and you get to pre-board with all the people in the wheelchairs, okay?
Wow.
Now,
What a slob.
so
You get the free board with people in wheelchairs.
well,
What
not
an
just that.
asshole.
Well, all the pre-board, like whatever,
Yeah, I
whoever.
know. Larry David would love you.
Oh yeah. So I've been doing this for a year. My last flight to Chicago, I was wearing all black jeans and a black shirt. So I said, I was getting
your slim outfit.
Exactly. I was getting my usual situation all settled. I'm like, let's get it going. And this lady who was like standing at the edge of the desk, she kept looking at me. And then the lady was about to give it to me and she goes, no, no, no. She goes, hang on. And they were talking or whatever. And then I saw the lady say, well, just get blah, blah, blah. So then she gave it to me, the original lady. Then I walked away, went to the bathroom. The other lady went like this.
Oh,
like, come here.
no.
Come here. She goes, you know what? And I swear to God, she said this to me. She said, I was watching you walk and you walk really well. She's like, I don't think you qualify for the extra seat. She's like, you're going to have to give it back to me. And I said, what? I said,
it's not about walking.
She said, I don't waddle enough. Like I walk like a regular human being, I guess.
Oh my God.
Which I guess doesn't qualify you for this extra seat, right? So, oh no, we lost base. Hang on.
He'll be back in a second.
You there, base?
Yeah, that was weird. Okay, go ahead.
All right. So she says, you don't qualify for the seat. I said, what are you talking about? I said, I get this every time. She's like, I'm looking at you.
Was
She's
this
like,
flying out of Sacramento or flying out of Midway?
Out of Sacramento.
Okay.
She's like, I'm looking at you right now. She basically said, I look in shape, which is a bullshit. And she's like, you look you're not spilling out anywhere. She said, this is what she said to me.
It's probably the most backhanded compliment you've
it's
ever
like
gotten in your entire life.
Like she said, you're not disgusting enough to get this. That's what she's essentially saying. But I'm like, well, I get this every time because a Southwest flight person gave it to me. And she goes, well, I'm going to come on the plane with you and make sure that you're uncomfortable in the seat. So
did you do the O.J. Simpson? Like, I don't know.
If the seatbelt don't fit,
seatbelt doesn't fit. See, doesn't fit. Show her, doesn't fit.
Seatbelt. So I see her walk on the plane, and then of course they're like pre-boards. So and I do make sure to walk in last for the pre-boards because I am ashamed, right? So I walk on after all the people in the wheelchairs, all the military, all the whatever if you have a baby, whoever else gets pre-board.
All the military.
So
dude, this is a guy who's afraid to
what a waste.
Right.
Oh my God.
He's afraid to ask, get extra sandwiches or whatever. Get that. But no, he'll take seats from military, babies, disabled.
I go last.
Shit.
No, I go last.
Different. But he goes last. Okay.
They're all on. All right.
Some dignity. We're saving some dignity. Go ahead.
All right. So when I'm about to get on, I see her coming off the plane and she stares me down really hard, really angry. So whatever. So I got to fly with the extra seat. Okay. Now I knew some shenanigans happened because I kept watching her talking the whole time with the other people. Now, when I came back to fly from Midway back here, there was a note on my account.
She had labeled you. Yep. She had labeled your account.
You got labeled on your account.
She put a label on my account that says I don't qualify. And let me tell you what I did. I swear to God, I did this in Midway because I'm like, I feel like there's gonna be some shenanigans. So I limped to the desk and I kept. I was, I was breathing. I was breathing heavy like this the whole time, and I limped to the desk because I had a feeling some shenanigans were about to happen. And she put a note on my account that I don't qualify for that anymore. So now there's a note on my Southwest. Now when I booked a flight, I did ask. They said there's no notes now, so I don't know what the deal is.
Oh wait! When you did this whole hyperventilating trick, they didn't say anything. Then you go,
yeah, that didn't look too fake.
And when I stuck my stomach out,
that didn't look too fake. He put on a shirt that was 2 sizes too small.
You should have came in one of those motorized,
wheezing and limping.
Motorized carts.
And then he gets to the counter and it says he's not eligible. He's bullshitting. Hey, Cannon.
And I was sitting like this, like I'm on the desk, like I couldn't stand without holding myself up. It was a pathetic performance. I like what I do with, oh, dad, how much mayo do you that type of thing. But
you're talking like, what was it, Malcolm in the Middle's best friend, the kid in the wheelchair? I can't get into the plane seat yet.
Yeah. So whatever. That's a story. I had the greatest hookup ever. I had 2 seats. It was beautiful. All the legroom I wanted. These flights were, and then guess what? Guess where I sat on that flight back? A middle seat.
I was going to say, so now you're all middle seats.
Because you thought you had it hooked up, so you didn't have to get there early. You didn't buy,
No. I don't even, you wake up early to check in. I never checked in. I'd always have Group C. I didn't care because I'd always get the extra seat. I went from the penthouse to the outhouse. So now, and you know what though? Now Southwest is.
I gotta tell you, I am really shocked that you did not share this story with me at all. We talked a lot. I am shocked that this.
You know why? I was embarrassed to even tell the story. That I have an extra seat.
No, it was still working. That's why he didn't tell it, because it was still working, and he didn't want to blow it. Now that it's not working anymore, he feels safe to tell it.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God.
Now that the hookup's over.
I had a friend tell me once, she went, if you're on Southwest and you're reading the emergency card while they're doing the demonstration, they'll give you a free flight. So for like 10 flights in a row, I've got the instruction card in front of me. I look like I'm studying it the whole night. Nothing. Zero.
Nothing.
Zilch. I did have a Southwest flight once where I had done a promotion the night before and we were giving away Cubs bleacher tickets. This is when the Budweiser bleachers first started. So like 15 years ago or more.
Yeah.
Right. And I had an extra pair of tickets from that bar night left over. And of course it's a afternoon game. And I left after the show, went, to hop on the plane to go to Vegas. And I give it to the flight attendant. I said, I got these tickets for the Cubs game today. And so if anybody's getting off work and they want to go, just can you give it to them? I'm not, because I can't use them. And she's like, oh, thanks. Get off in Vegas, getting off the plane. She hands me a garbage bag and says, don't look at it until you get to your hotel. Okay. I open the garbage bag. It is every snack, peanuts, everything they had left over from that flight. She put in that garbage bag and gave it to me. So I was eating Southwest snacks the whole time.
No little bottles of alcohol.
That probably wouldn't have been legal. That would have been awesome.
Hey, Roker,
they probably have to keep track. They have to keep track of those. But I had the Ritz with peanut butter. Those,
brownie brittle.
The good stuff. Got some good stuff.
Oh yeah,
but it was a garbage bag full of it. Just
that's a good move. That's a good move.
Maybe pay it forward next time when you get on a Southwest flight.
A garbage
instead
bag.
of taking a seat from a baby
No,
or
I don't take the seat in the
Or
disabled
a
front.
military
veteran.
veteran. A military veteran.
No, I
Dude,
go
you're
on
like
after.
the dude in
after
Tropic Thunder. Everybody thinks he's got
Never
a
done
hook
it.
for a hand.
Yeah. No,
Big nosy.
Roker, after.
How long was this going for? Like a year?
Almost a year.
That's an impressive streak, I gotta tell you.
I had to have done it for 6 flights, at least 7 flights. I mean, a lot of flights.
What did the paper next to you say?
It just said, I forgot. It says something like this seat is in. Actually, I have pictures, I think. Let's see if I can find one.
I would be more embarrassed on the sheet than anything else. That somebody would walk past me and see that and just be like,
Well, that's
"Oh,
the
this guy's
problem.
too fat."
You
That's
should
the
just
problem.
get yourself some T-shirts like with Big Macs on them, or I'm with stupid. Just the biggest like stupid
dude.
slobbish thing you could possibly wear.
Dude, go to a
On a
Spirit of
Southwest
Halloween.
flight.
Go to a Spirit of Halloween right now and get a cane. It'll cost you like $7 and you will ride forever.
Roker,
Or better yet, go on November 1st and get it for 50 cents.
Oh, there you go. That's
Roker,
it.
honestly, if you want to take advantage of this situation, I guarantee they'll give it to you.
I've got my own little way to keep a seat.
Oh!
My God, you guys are life
Wait,
hacks
hang
for
on.
life, man.
Roker, what do you mean you have your own little way?
It's I'm not gonna spill the beans. It's
Wait a minute, you're talking shit to me, and you have your own scam.
No, this is for like when me and Claire want to sit together, or maybe sit and have the seat empty in between us.
Oh, do you do this thing that I used to do, or you open the paper towel as far as it'll go, and you keep blowing your nose?
Well, that's a good idea. But the fact of the matter is, no one wants to sit next to fat people.
Oh yeah,
no one wants to sit next to fat people.
No, of course not.
So if you could get yourself a seat in the front of the plane, people will look at it and go, "I'll take a chance," and they'll walk to the back of the plane. And by then, it's too late.
It's not a bad move.
Hey, Roker, Claire on the Slob Show Facebook group is saying, "Abe, are you telling my husband to go have sex at the Bunny Ranch?" No, of course not. I would never tell him to do that.
Wait, wasn't that from last week?
No,
it's
one of the 100 things we've talked about 100 times on 100 shows.
Gotcha. I thought we were doing like the best of comments in the last 100 episodes here.
I was just reading.
It's basically it's a Slob Show drinking game. If we mention the Bunny Ranch, taking a dookie, mayonnaise, talking on the phone to nobody, Panda Express, any of these things.
It's funny, Roker, you mentioned that. I think I did all those things this week. I went to Panda Express. I did the phone thing. I've had emergency bathroom situation. I did all of it. God. Base, what's your favorite moment of the 100 episodes? And Conrad is from Canada saying happy 100th, fellas. Thank you, Conrad.
I think I just love the genesis of this show, that we just started it just for the fun of it before we even created an actual slob page, and just the amount of people that have flocked to this. I told Abe in the very beginning, I thought the name Slob Show was the worst name I've ever heard in my life. And we should absolutely try like 3 other names, because there's no way anybody's going to want to be called a slob. And 5,000 members of the show, and all kinds of people that are like, I'm a slob. I can't believe the actual deprecation that people go for. And just and even on that group, I went down the line today. There's like a zillion people posting pictures and doing all kinds of things. So for me, every time I've ever seen like there's a new post in the Slob Show, I'm always like, that's still the worst name I've ever heard for anything. But it works. It works.
We have 5,000 in our Slob Show Facebook group. There are 5,000 people, which that's a lot for a Facebook group. That's a real.
You know what's so appealing about it, though? Social media is fake.
Yeah,
it's people living their best life, right? You never see anybody at their worst. You see them. Oh, hey, I'm at U2 at the Spear, right? That's what you see. on Facebook. This gives an opportunity for people to be real on Facebook
Yeah.
and not
And
be
no
ashamed
judgment.
and be real
And
on
no
social media.
shame, no
No shame, no
politics,
nothing. No
no
nothing.
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 Nothing. You know, you can go on the Slob Show Facebook page and you don't have to hear a damn thing about the debate. It's fantastic.
Exactly.
Honestly.
Yeah.
We just see a video of some monster taking down 8 Whoppers at a time. And everyone's like, thumbs up. I'm in. Where can I get one?
I think we should get to at least a couple pieces of business, for this week. Roker's just commenting on Adam that he said happy 100th.
Yes.
So did you guys see that Wendy's now has a breakfast burrito?
I did see that.
Really?
Yeah.
Because everybody was taking the $5 biggie bag from them, so they decided to steal one for themselves. I'm impressed.
But I always say the breakfast Baconator, I think, is my all-time favorite breakfast sandwich.
That thing is the greatest thing I've ever had in general. It's not even just the best breakfast sandwich. I would eat that thing all day if they had it.
I mean, why not? Why don't they just have it all day? Hang on, let me show you guys this thing. This Wendy's burrito, breakfast burrito. Look at this thing.
That's not bad. I still think the breakfast Baconator is better.
But still, I mean, it's like the only problem with it though is what are you supposed to like work now or something after you eat that? I mean, I don't know what you do. Yeah, exactly.
It's so bizarre when these restaurants just take like a key out of somebody else, like a competitor, like Arby's. We'll just start making hamburgers for no reason at all.
Exactly.
We're not known for it. We'll just start doing it. Why not?
Is there anything Mexican about this breakfast burritos, or just eggs, cheese, and bacon and the tortilla? That's it. Okay, so it's as Mexican as a wrap.
Pretty much.
It's like a chicken salad wrap. That's how Mexican it is. Yeah,
Tex-Mex.
Yeah, it might as well. But God, that breakfast Baconator sandwich, if you add mayo to it, if they weren't 9,000 calories, I would eat them every day.
And they are a shutdown, man. You eat one of those things, I need a nap.
Oh, I can't
just go in there. I can't go in there and be like, all right, let's do some real business with thinking involved.
You get one base, you don't get two?
If I do two, there's a walk of shame that I don't want to look at myself, man.
Roker,
every now and then, you ever pig out on something and you look in the mirror and you go, what's wrong? Why did I do that?
Me yesterday.
I'm sure whatever Abe has to go in the bathroom, no shirt on, underwear, mayonnaise all over his nipples. He's going, what am I doing? What am I doing?
Yeah. Well, we don't disrespect them in the mayo community. We don't do any of that nonsense with the mayo on your head or face.
No, I'm saying it's dripped all over you. I'm saying it's dripped on you.
No, mayo's to be eaten.
Yeah, we do it like a gentleman. It all goes right down the throat.
Well, then there should be no reason to take a shirt off. Then now, will there be?
It's for the smell from the food to like.
Oh. Like that part I never cared about.
Gets sucked into
I never cared about the smell. I was always like, damn it, I got barbecue sauce on me.
Forrest Woods just said I had a steak torta today in Chicago Heights and they put mayo on as a standard topping. I love that. Of course.
Wow.
Tortas come with mayo, don't they?
I thought it was like a creme, right? Like a creme is that what they
like
serve?
Sour cream.
Oh, creme fraiche. That's creme fraiche.
Yeah.
Man.
I was at Wendy's the other 2 weeks ago, and I got two doubles, a bacon cheeseburger, fries, a Frosty, and a chicken sandwich for less than $10.
Where was this at?
At Wendy's.
Jesus,
I had physical coupons. I had the app. It was get a double cheeseburger for a penny with any purchase, had a free fries coupon, and then the $1 Frosty, and it was all.
That's how I know you're living. That's how I know you're living in the suburbs. You pull up to the south side with physical coupons and an app. They're chasing.
No. They don't even. They look at you like, what do you think this is? Yeah.
Roker, on that same topic, Conrad on the Slob Show Facebook group just said, my favorite moment is when L. Roker Jr. reads from that coupon book. I think it was a Christmas coupon. Do you still have that coupon book?
It's no longer physical. It's all online now. Yeah.
Oh,
They still
That's
make it, yeah, but it's all online.
The entertainment book, it's called, right?
Yep, yep.
Do you still have it or no?
Yes, I have it, the online version, because they don't do a physical version of it anymore.
I know, but is it still good online or how is it?
Is it
Yeah, no, it's still
the
yeah,
lettuce
it's still
entertaining book?
no. It's so it started off as almost like I first got it as like a Christmas gift, like at work, like from Shadow, like 35 years ago or something.
Okay.
It used to be something that like charities would sell.
Yeah. Yeah, my grandma
Like,
would buy them every year.
you spend $20 and they give you the coupon book and it's got all these different coupons in it.
And they were
Now
great
it's
coupons like that.
it's just an app, but it's got everything in it from oil changes to restaurants and rent a cars and all kinds
Like
of stuff.
base, it used to have like free Whoppers or like buy one Subway sandwich, get one free. Like it was that quality of a coupon.
But I know people that used to work with Rooker and then Shadow would always say, whenever Rooker came and said, "Oh, I got a coupon," the coupon was just for him, nobody else.
Exactly.
No, I didn't say. Well, we've talked about that a million times. Like buy one get one doesn't mean you're getting one.
Yeah, exactly.
It means you're
That
buying
thought
the
never
one
even
and
crossed my
I'm getting the one.
mind.
Yeah, but Roker, you can't even like. He'll be like, "All right, here's my like." You couldn't even use the coupon though if you weren't with us, because isn't a lot of it you have to spend? A lot of them are you have to spend $100 or something, and then you get like 50% off, and then you're just like, "Well, here's my 50% off," and then the rest
like a lot of them would be like buy one sandwich, get one of equal or lesser value for free. So you always make sure you get an equal sandwich. You don't buy a Baconator and a small cheeseburger because the small cheeseburger is what you're getting for free.
Oh yeah, exactly.
You've just blown that coupon.
Yeah.
Right. But
Yeah,
I would go to Jersey Mike's and it was like buy one sandwich, get one free. So I'd buy a giant and get another giant.
Of course.
Well, yeah, that's the smart way to roll.
Anyone who doesn't do that is a complete moron. I don't care if your daughter is 3 years old. Get the extra one, cut it in half, and eat the rest yourself. Like, don't mess around like that.
Yep.
That's a major mistake. In fact, you know what? I went to Jersey Mike's yesterday and I ate the giant sub. Do you guys ever get? And I talked about this with Jimmy John's to get the bread scooped out on the inside. Do you guys ever do that?
You told me about that, and I always forget about that move.
Yeah, I've not done it.
You have to do it at Jersey Mike's because the bread at Jersey Mike's is like a brick. And there's so much bread. If you scoop out the bread, especially Jimmy John's, I noticed, it takes Jimmy John's back to the first time I tried Jimmy John's when I was at like U of I, like at my friend's frat party or something. That's the first time I tried Jimmy John's. And it was like, this is the greatest sub I've ever had. And that, like, it brings you back to those days. That's the difference when you scoop out the bread. The too much bread ruins a sub. It just does.
You're right. It's too much. Too many carbs.
And it like weighs you down. Like it's like too much. Is it sugar Roker in the bread or something? I don't know what it is, but it fucks with your head.
It does turn to sugar. The carbs do turn to sugar. Yeah, but it's filling. It's filling.
Don is saying if I'm paying for the bread, I'm going to eat.
It has to be soft.
That's a good point, Don. I respect that move.
But Don, if you're not worried about the calories, also. I mean, obviously we're not either. But
yeah, you're buying a giant.
I'm
going to buy a giant and scoop the bread out. Okay.
And then instead of the bread, just fill it with a pool of mayo. Like where the bread is
missed it. Abe weighs himself in stone, so he only weighs 20 stone.
Yeah.
See, because he doesn't want to know what he weighs in real life. Yeah. He doesn't use the measurement of weight to weigh himself, so he makes it sound like he weighs less.
Yeah, I weigh 20. So no, Roker said that his doctor now weighs him in kilograms.
Yeah, so scale. It's an electronic scale, and it comes out in kilograms.
And one kilogram is like worth like over 2 pounds. So he doesn't even know how much he weighs.
So it sounds a lot less.
So I said, I want to start weighing myself in stone because 1 stone is 14 pounds. So if you weigh 20 stone, it's like, wow, you're skinny, but you're really 280. And I weigh more than 20 stone. So,
but at the same time, you're going, I'm getting a giant and I'm scooping the bread out of the middle. I'm so healthy.
I know.
I don't need these I don't need these carbs. The
I
2
will
pounds
say,
of processed meat, not a problem.
I
but
will
I'm not-
say the issue that I have now is that when I do go to Jersey Mike's or any of these places, they always put that stupid calorie thing over there, and you're going there like, I'm gonna pig the fuck out, and then all of a sudden you're like, I'll get the skinny with no cheese.
No,
I'll
I've
get the 300 calorie. Yeah.
But I'm not doing it for the calorie reasons. I'm doing it because the bread, it ruins the sandwich. Too much bread, it makes you like too full. I'm telling you, scoop out the bread. It's a better sandwich.
I'll give it a try. Next time I get it, I'll give it a try.
It's a major tip.
That is a pro move. I mean, Jimmy John has said it himself. Scoop out the bread.
He has?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I did figure out the mayo
when he still owned Jimmy John's before he sold.
Yeah, exactly. Now he's a consultant.
Yeah, right.
Even though they fucked up his whole menu, now they have they have wraps and they have hummus and all this nonsense. And I've talked about this many times on the Slob Show, but I'll just mention one last time. You have to get the Costco Hellmann's because it's a different recipe. It's a creamier mayo, and that's why Jimmy John's mayo is so delicious because they use those big containers of Hellmann's. I promise you, I left Duke's. I was with Duke's for the last 3 years. I'm back with Hellmann's because the Costco Hellmann's, the big container, I think it's a gallon, whatever the fuck it is, it's so good. I'm back with Hellmann's now.
Did you have to did you have to remove a shelf in your fridge just to
put
that
thing in there? Did you have to put it in 3 different containers to put it in the refrigerator?
That thing is like the size of a pony keg, man. That thing is humongous.
That's like this big.
It's not like it's gonna fit on the back of the door or anything.
Yeah.
Oh,
you have to move some shelves around.
Yeah.
Oh, Base, before you got on, we realized that we've been doing the Slob Show since February of 2019.
You're kidding.
We've only done 100 episodes in almost 6 years.
Right. And our buddy JVO is about to do his 1,000th episode. He's been doing it for like 5 years.
But in all fairness, JVO's podcast is all music now. It's not a lot of food. This one has stayed true to the format.
That's true. But JVO is doing during COVID, he was doing like 7 episodes a night. Oh, by the way, speaking of JVO, he'll be on the Slop Show. I think, let's see, Wednesday, October 30th.
Nice.
JVO will be the Slob of the Week from his Cark and Carne podcast.
The Halloween episode.
Exactly. That's coming up in like a few weeks. All right, fellas. Well, it was our 100th episode. We made it to 100. Base, do you think we'll get to 200? I asked Roker that earlier.
You know what? As long as we all are still alive, I'm sure we'll see it.
That's what I said.
I'm sure if we're not, if after all these hacks and tips we're giving away, no one is killed over yet, I will see you guys in the 200.
I hope we make it to 1,000, 1,100.
That'd be great. That would mean we'd live to like 100.
That's what I said. Base, I said if we make it to 1,000, then we'll be coming out here bedazzled because we'll be all rich. We'll be influenced. Everything will be sponsored.
If we can get ourselves out of the bracket of weighing ourselves in stone, we may have a chance.
There you go.
All right, fellas. Well, we'll end it on that. And we'll be back next week for episode 101.
See you, boys.
And then 102 and so on.
R.I.P.
So on.
Pete Rose and
John Amos.
And John Amos.
The dude from American Pickers. And
that's right. And the American Pickers guy too.
And others too. There's others who have died too.
Like everyone's died. Week.
I mean, I know a lot of personal people who have died. Like everyone's dying. Except us. Slop Show 100.
Well, let's keep it that way. I mean, I don't want anybody else to die either.
Oh, I don't
nobody die. How about that?
But especially us three.
Yeah, well, that would
preferably James
or any of the viewers less listeners.
Yeah.
Nobody involved here. Oh yeah, Chris. Well, yeah, Claire was really torn up about Chris Christopherson.
Really?
She's had a crush on him since she's probably 8 years old. Yeah.
I feel like ever since I was 8 years old, he was already in his 80s. I always remember that he's
he's
always been
one
old.
of those people that always seemed like he was like that
Him and
old.
Morgan Freeman has always been gray.
Always seemed like he
always.
was 80. When he was on the electric
Yes.
company, I thought he was 80. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Broker, one last thing before, and I don't think Base would know the answer to this. You might know the answer to this. So on Monday, I'm doing a live broadcast from Disneyland. Do you have any Disneyland food hacks? Have you been there?
I had, well, yeah, I did the Pirates of the Caribbean from there.
All right. So any food
but
that
I
need to
didn't,
eat
but I
on the-
didn't have a chance to like ride the rides or get any food or anything like that. And the last time I did the rides or anything, it was probably 30 years ago.
If this dude can't strap on a Southwest belt, there's no way he's getting on any rides into Disney.
Are you going there to do a broadcast?
Yeah.
Then they should.
Yes, yeah, so they're
giving you a fast pass, right?
They're giving me like a gift card for food, a fast pass, hotel, everything, flight.
Yep, nice.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
And then you're gonna, and then you need to go to Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles, about 5 minutes away from there in Anaheim.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
I've never been to Roscoe's.
Yeah, no, it's outstanding.
Oh, I wonder what time they close. Are they open all night?
Like,
I think they're open.
I don't know if they're open. Yeah, it's like there's one like 5 minutes from Disneyland.
Yeah.
Because I had to go to I went to my cousin's wedding in Anaheim, and we got to the hotel. I'm like, yeah, we're going to Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles.
I liked it. I just did not like the combination of the waffle and chicken. I liked them on their own.
What?
I wasn't like I wasn't a fan of them together. I don't know. That was just my palate.
I didn't get the waffles either. I didn't get the waffles either. I just got the fried chicken.
I did the whole thing. Give me the waffles and the chicken. I had them together. I'm like, I'm not sure I like you together. I will eat the chicken. I'll have it's almost like having a skillet and the pancakes in the end.
That's what I get. What are you talking? Every time I go to a diner, I always get one pancake on the side. That's my move.
Yeah, but you're not taking a cut of a steak and then a piece of the pancake and shoving it in your mouth.
No, I am.
You are?
Yeah, I eat it all together. But I'll get a club sandwich, like a bacon club sandwich, and then I'll get the pancake. I eat it all at the same time.
You are a walking McGriddle, my friend.
Exactly.
In the city, there's Chicago's home of chicken and waffles. There's one in Bronzeville, and there's one in like Oak Park area, and they're both excellent.
Okay. Wait, they're Roscoe's?
No, it's in Chicago. It's called Chicago's Home of Chicken and Waffles.
Oh,
so one's like across the street from the Mariano's in Bronzeville, that's gonna close. That Mariano's, and then there's another one in like Oak Park. I'll go there. I'll get grits. I'll get fried chicken. I'll get
the fried chicken,
gravy, smothered pork chops, all kinds of stuff.
I will say, chicken? The Roscoe's chicken is on another level. That thing is awesome. That is
it really crispy? Is it very crispy?
Yes. That fried chicken is awesome.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to get some honey with that.
There you go.
All right.
Well, have fun at Disneyland.
Yeah.
You got all the remotes coming up.
Yeah, Base. Monday I'm at Disneyland. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday I'm at Aftershock. And then Saturday and Sunday I'll be at Aftershock, not doing a broadcast though.
Tell Sendog I say hello.
That's Base's boy, Sendog. He was just with him at Riot Fest.
I told him to look for you.
I'm sure he'll look for me.
I'm sure he will. He'll get right on that.
Where's Abe at, man? Where's Abe?
Probably barely remembers even talking to me.
He knows you well. Sendog and Base text. They're actual friends. So, shout out to Kathy. She said she's watching right now.
Oh, what up, Kathy?
My girlfriend, of course.
Yeah.
That's right. Claire, shout out to Claire. See, everyone's watching Base except for Jill. Where's Jill, your wife?
She is sleeping. I don't need any evidence of this show in this household. I don't want her to know I don't want her to know when she's not around me what exactly I'm doing with food.
All right. Well, it's been 100 episodes. We're hoping to get to episode 200, then 1,000, and so on and so forth.